Vice President Kamala Harris is having to overhaul her staff after burnout and downright frustration has plagued her office throughout the year. And, you know, this story, Farron, here's the description. This is the description that comes from her staff. She is a these are their words, soul-destroying, incompetent bully. That's what they say about her. And there's a mass exodus. Nobody wants to be around Kamala Harris because she's like voodoo. She is like absolute voodoo for people's career.
Well, and look, we saw a lot of this, and I talked about it at length during the Trump administration. So, of course, it's totally fair to call her out for the same kind of behavior. She clearly was not ready for this position.
No.
And we had actually spoken recently about her going out with Buttigieg, you know, to try to sell this. But as we learn more about this story, it appears more likely that Buttigieg was kind of tasked with going out there and being the face, because this administration, I truly believe, does not trust her.
Oh, they're terrified of her.
They are.
They are terrified of her. If you look at it's, look, here's the list of, this is her staff. This isn't me or you saying this. Infighting is out of control. Frustrated workers at all-time high. She's erratic. She's slow to move. She's a bully, which kind of surprises me. She said they describe her as a politician adrift without a plan, disorganized. These are all words that are coming from her own staff. Lack of vision. So now, you know, the White House has got to be reeling, saying, "Oh my God, she's the next one that's going to take over after Biden." It ain't going to happen. It'll never happen, and it won't happen with Buttigieg either.
Well, and you know, listen. She was a fairly decent senator. She wasn't so great over, you know, as the prosecutor or attorney general in California. Horrible record over there. But I'm struggling to find out what in her record made this administration think that she would be a competent pick for vice president. What does she have in her history that would indicate that she would be able to get the job done? And I understand a lot of it, people may not want to hear this, a lot of it's political pandering.
Well, that's all it was.
Let's be 100% honest.
Okay, where did she come up? This is the telltale. How did she do in the California primaries?
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Almost last.
Yeah.
My memory is this is her state, and she was almost last. So when you have a staff that, these aren't my words. These are directly from what they're saying about her, and they're leaving at a rate that she can't even control. By the way, if you go back and look, she had these same staffing problems in California.
Yeah.
Before she ever got here, it was the same revolving door staffing and some of these same things. The only thing that surprises me, I mean, truthfully, the only thing that surprises me is her being described as a soul-destroying, incompetent bully. The bully part really sends me.
Right. And you know, I've obviously seen that behavior publicly, but look, we could probably use a little bit of political bullying right now. That would be a good side of her to bring out there. But so far, it's where is she? What is she doing? Is she helping this administration in any way? And the answer is no. Biden would have been much better picking Elizabeth Warren for this position.
Would have been so perfect.
She was a fighter. Harris just wants to be liked so bad that she's unable to be liked by anybody.
Go and look. They have some reels of her, that ridiculous gaggle, that guffaw that she has every time she's put under pressure. She starts with this weird laughter. These things are all over.
Well, because she doesn't know how to respond. You know, she's asked tough questions and she has no idea how to answer them, and it's a disaster.
I think you're right.